Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The model demonstration of the stomach. First of all, we'll start with the gross anatomy of the stomach. Okay. So this is the stomach model. Uh, the gross anatomy. This is the lesser curvature of the stomach. The lesser curvature, and which attaches with the lesser omentum. And this is the greater curvature of the stomach. The greater curvature, to which attaches the greater omentum. Okay. This notch over here is the cardiac notch at the junction of the esophagus and the stomach. We have a cardiac notch, and this is the angular notch at the junction of the body of the stomach and the pyloric part of the stomach. This is the angular notch. This is the esophagus, which continues over here as the esophageal sphincter, also known as the cardiac sphincter. Here we find the cardiac sphincter, and this region over here, this small region above the level of the cardiac sphincter. Cardiac sphincter is over here. So this small region above the level of the cardiac sphincter is known as the fundus of the stomach. This region, the largest region of the stomach, represents this. This is the largest region, which represents the body of the stomach. This is the pyloric part of the stomach, which contains the pyloric canal and which ends at the duodenum. Here we find the pyloric sphincter. Okay. Okay, now we will go into we'll examine the stomach from the inside. Okay. Stomach from the inside. These folds, as you can see, these are called the longitudinal folds of the gastric canal. These longitudinal folds are called the longitudinal folds of the gastric canal, also known as Megenstry. Also known as Megenstry. And these elevations of the mucosa are called rugae. 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 ठीक है जी. And this is what I was talking about, the pyloric sphincter. Here the muscle is thickened, pyloric sphincter, and this is the pyloric canal. No, sorry, my mistake. This is the pyloric sphincter. This is the pyloric sphincter, and this is the pyloric canal. The pyloric sphincter, where the muscle is thickened. Okay. And this is the cardiac sphincter. Cardiac sphincter. Okay. Now we will move on to the blood supply of the stomach. The blood supply of the stomach. So it's pretty easy. We start with the upper part of the lesser curvature. The upper part of the lesser curvature of the stomach is supplied by the left gastric artery. This is the left gastric artery. Upper part of the left lesser curvature. And the lower part of the lesser curvature is supplied by the right gastric artery. The right gastric artery. So left gastric artery, upper part of lesser curvature, right gastric artery, lower part of the lesser curvature. And of course, these are the branches which are present in the peritoneal covering of the stomach. This is the peritoneum which is covering the stomach, and these are the branches of the lesser, of the right, left gastric and right gastric arteries. And now we go to the greater curvature. So yeah. So the upper part of the greater curvature, the upper part of the greater curvature is supplied by branches of the left gastroepiploic artery. Upper part of the greater curvature, left gastroepiploic artery, and the lower part of the lesser curvature is supplied by the right gastroepiploic artery. The right gastroepiploic artery, and these are small branches of the splenic artery, which are known as short gastric arteries. The short gastric arteries which supply the fundus of the stomach. This is the fundus of the stomach. The short gastric artery, which is a branch of the splenic artery, it supplies the fundus of the stomach. And of course, these are the further branches which go anteriorly, posteriorly. So yeah. Now we will discuss quickly the muscular lining of the stomach, the muscularis externa, muscularis interna, वगैरह. So the outermost lining is the longitudinal muscular layer. The outermost layer is the longitudinal muscular layer, and the longitudinal muscular layer is concentrated mainly. The longitudinal muscular layer is concentrated mainly on the lesser curvature of the stomach. Here you can see these longitudinal muscles. So the longitudinal muscular layer is mostly concentrated on the lesser curvature of the stomach. This is the lesser curvature, and on the greater curvature of the stomach. These longitudinal folds. So longitudinal muscular layer is concentrated on the lesser curvature, the greater curvature, and the pyloric part. So the longitudinal muscular layer concentrated on the lesser curvature, the greater curvature, and the pyloric part. Okay? And the pyloric part, of course, we need them to form the pyloric sphincter. So beneath the muscular layer, we have got the circular layer. We got the circular layer. So the circular layer is it mostly covers the fundus, the body. So and one important thing about the stomach is that we have an additional layer of muscle known as the innermost oblique layer. So this is the innermost oblique layer. The innermost oblique layer. So if you go from inside to outside, you will find the innermost oblique layer, then you will find the circular layer, and then you will find the longitudinal layer and the longitudinal layer. Now the last part of the demo, we will talk about the nerve supply of the stomach. So nerve supply of the stomach is a little bit complicated, but inshallah make it easy. This is the anterior vagal trunk. The anterior vagal trunk, which is present on top of the esophagus. The anterior vagal trunk supplies anterior vagal trunk, which gives off anterior branches. Anterior vagal trunk which gives off anterior branches, and posterior branches. The body, the stomach, lesser curvature, greater curvature. Okay? This is the posterior vagal trunk. This is the posterior vagal trunk, which also gives off anterior branches and posterior branches. ठीक है जी. This is the left gastric artery, as I told you earlier, and on top of the left gastric artery, you have got the left gastric plexus. The left gastric plexus. On top of the left gastric artery, you have got the left gastric plexus. ठीक है. And on top of the right gastroepiploic artery, you have also got gastroepiploic plexus. The inferior level of the stomach. This is the inferior part of the stomach, and these are representing the this is the right gastroepiploic artery, and as you can see, these yellow lines, they are representing the right gastroepiploic plexus of stomach. Also there is we have a right gastric artery, and on top of the right gastric artery we have got right gastric plexus. We had left gastric plexus over here, and we have a right gastric plexus over the right gastric artery. And one important part, the pyloric part of the stomach, receives a vagal branch from the pyloric part of the stomach. It's not clear here, but the pyloric part of the stomach receives a vagal branch from the hepatic plexus. So this was pretty much all about stomach. Thank you so much.
This is the stomach. It has two surfaces. This is the anterior superior and this is the posterior inferior surface. It's the anatomical position of the stomach. It has two ends, that is the cardiac end and the pyloric end, and it has two notches, that is the cardiac notch and an angular notch. It has two borders, that is the two curvatures. It is the lesser curvature, it is the greater curvature. Greater curvature is directed towards the left and lesser curvature is directed towards the right. The stomach is mainly divided into two parts, that is the cardiac and the pyloric, by imaginary line which is directed downwards and to the left from the angular notch. The cardiac end is further divided into two parts, that is the fundus and the body. The fundus, line of demarcation is from the cardiac orifice. See? Now looking at the anatomical structure, it is composed of these are the muscularis externa, composed of three layers. This is the outer longitudinal, inner circular, which is the most thick in the pyloric region to form the pyloric sphincter, and innermost oblique, which arches over the cardiac notch and forms a canal, or when it constricts it forms the gastric canal inside. Safe?
अच्छा the gastric canal da jo.
Now looking at the arterial supply of the stomach is from four sources, or we can consider it like along the lesser curvature or greater curvature. Along the lesser curvature, the left gastric artery from the celiac trunk, the right gastric artery from the hepatic artery proper. Here we have the left gastroepiploic, right gastroepiploic. The left is a branch of the splenic and the right one is the branch of gastroduodenal. And here we have the short gastric arteries, 5 to 7 in number, from the splenic artery. Now looking at the innervation, it is innervation is like from the anterior and posterior gastric nerves, and the anterior one represents the left vagal trunk, and the posterior one the right vagal trunk. Now here you can see some covering of the stomach. It is intraperitoneal completely, and it is enclosed entirely by the peritoneum, and over on the left or greater curvature it reflects like a greater omentum, and on the right as a lesser omentum. The bare areas are along these areas, the greater and the lesser omentum, and also this end is also bare, which is in direct contact with the left cruise of the diaphragm. Now coming toward the internal aspect of the stomach, here we can see the mucosal folds known as rugae, which are temporary, and they are only visible in the undistended stomach or when it's empty, and when the stomach is distended it disappears. And this is the Megenstresse or the gastric canal. Over here
The other name is
Megenstresse. Yeah. This is the Megenstresse. Fine. And the mucosal folds, as you can see, please focus, these are longitudinal in this area, and this is the area which is subjected to the most of the insult of the drinks and alcohol.
so ulcers occur here.
Yeah. These are the rugae, circular or irregular,
Pits.
and pits, they are not shown here. Pits come Nana pits
Glands open into the pits kana.
it's not shown here, but we have the pit safe.
Okay.
And this is the pyloric sphincter.
No, this is not. This is the pyloric sphincter.
No, minute.
Oh.
It is actually the cut section of rugae.
Say, rugae, the pyloric sphincter. And the pyloric region is divided into two: pyloric antrum, that is the gate, and pyloric canal. And it's a pyloric sphincter formed by the thick circular layer of the muscularis externa. And this is the continuation of the abdominal part of esophagus, 1.25 centimeter, and the columnar, stratified squamous epithelium here directly abruptly changes into simple columnar of the stomach. That's it.
बंद करो
Yep.